Hey guys, so today's video will be about how to be emo. Isn't that great? So, let's get into that. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the difference between emo and scene. Because a lot of people are just like, I want to be emo, but they don't have a lot of the characteristics of being an emo. So if you don't have a lot of the characteristics of being an emo, you might consider being a scene. Because scenes are pretty cool too. I mean, it's basically the same thing as emo, except for without the emotional part, and you can add a little bit more color. But, you know, every emo needs a little color in their life, so, you know, you can add some white or blue, which I have blue skinny jeans on today, so... Yeah, and I guess this is really navy blue, but it's close to black, so yeah. So the difference between emo and scene is, well, emo is expressing yourself in a particular style, hair and makeup, and they usually, have some sort of, I don't know, like they're usually sad or something. Or they're very emotional. So, you know, like my username is emogore, which is like emotional blood. So, you know, that's what emo is. And scene doesn't really have that emotional factor. So emos can be like really, really happy or really, really sad. Most of them are usually really, really sad because that's what they say emotional for, you know. But, you know, if you want to be an emo and you're extremely happy all the time, then go for it. I mean, like, that'll be the first that I know of, but go for it. Okay, yeah. And, scene, I mean, they're usually happy all the time, and they usually have more color in their life, and, yeah. So, that's the difference between emo and scene. So, to anybody who's considering being, emo, first, see if you have all the points of being an emo. Like, look up some facts online and see if you wouldn't consider yourself an emotional person, then you might want to consider just trying to be seen. Because seen, they're really cool. I mean, I would suggest it. I would suggest being seen because they're kind of in the same category as emo a lot of times, but it's not exactly the same. But you could be a scene, which would be probably a whole lot nicer, especially your parents would probably more approve of that than being an emo. Now, if you really want to be an emo, we're going to discuss some of the things, it's a fan, I don't know why I have a fan, some of the things that you need to do to be either emo or scene, and I'll tell you which is, you know, which and stuff like that. So, let's get into that part. So the first thing that we're going to discuss is hair and makeup. The first thing about your hair, if you're a scene or an emo, most emos dye their hair black with some color in it, or just black, or like some really, really bright color. So, me personally, I have auburn red hair. You probably can't tell in this lighting, but I do. It's red. And it's natural. That's why you probably can't tell in this lighting, because red hair always looks different in different lightings. But then what I do is at the tips is I take a marker and I color that. If you can tell, it's just a little bit darker at the tips because I'm not allowed to dye my hair, so I do that because it looks really pretty. So, you know, the color of your hair matters usually. So when I say a really, really bright color, like a neon color, like bright blue or pink, or let me see, I have a nail polish right here, like a really bright red or something, you know, just something that like pops. I'm sorry about this lighting, it's like terrible. Every single time I move it like shines in my face and I'm gonna be like blinded by this light, but you know, all for a good video. Anyways, so they usually have straightened hair and a certain cut hairstyle too. So you need to take a straightener to your hair, straighten out any part that might not be fully straight. Like this part isn't really fully straight. I must have missed that. But, you know, most of my hair, if you can tell, is pretty straight. And the way that you get your hair cut is with the bangs, you know, across your face, on your eyes. You can have it without a part or with a part. Right now I have my hair with a part. And without a part is a little bit difficult, but you know, you can do that too. Something like, let me see here, ruining my hair, but something like that, you know. I kind of like that a little bit better though. Kind of do like that though. So something like that, you know. But I kind of like my hair with a part. So, depending on what your style is, you can have it with a part or without a part. Like, you know, just kind of like a circle part in the back. And then, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the way your hair is supposed to be cut. So, you get the ends thinned out a little bit. You know, with the razor, they just thin out the ends and they feather it. Feather it in. Feathering is like layering, only a whole lot more. So you get a whole bunch of layers put in. I don't know if you can tell because my hair lays quite flat, but I have a lot of layers put in. Because, yeah, I just got a lot of layers. And then today I did not do this, but what a lot of emos and scenes do are they pick up their hair and they tease it. If you want to know exactly how I do my hair and makeup, I have a video on how to do emo hair and makeup. So I'll put the link for that in the description. So, yeah. And for the coloring, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I put some like colorant right over here, like a pink colorant. What I do for that, since I'm not allowed to dye my hair, is it's going to sound crazy, but it works. It's going to sound even crazier than the marker. I put lip gloss there. I know what you're thinking, I'm crazy, but, you know, I don't care. I can be as crazy as I want. It works. Then what I do is I take some dry shampoo and just, you know, dry shampoo it, because whatever oils and stuff like that, the dry shampoo will soak up. And I do that with the marker too, because it'll soak up all the oils so your hair doesn't look greasy. Okay, so the next thing, we'll go on to that. So, the makeup of an emo. If you can see, you know, they do like the pale face, so you need to cover up any zits that you have, or at least try to as good as you can. Ugh. And get a nice pale complexion going, because pale is really pretty. I love pale skin. Pale skin is just gorgeous. So then what you want to do is you have the eyeliner, which is kind of like coon eyes or whatever. You know, a lot of people make fun of when they're just like coon eyes. So whatever you want to call that, but you know, it's the eyeliner. It's how you do it. It depends on what your style is. I like to do a little bit of a wing eyeliner. I used to only outline my eye without this part, you know, so it'd be like, hi, how are you, without the crevice of your eye right there. So, but now I do that part, so yeah. Just depending on your style. The way you want to do your eyeliner, go ahead. And if I don't have much eyeliner on, what I'll do is I will add some eyeshadow, which I have on today, because I didn't really do that much eyeliner, but yeah. And then if my lips are a little dry, I will put some lip gloss on, which I have some on, but I blotted it out because it was too pigmented and gross looking. So, you know, most emos don't really wear stuff on their lips, or scenes really, but it's your preference, you know, because a lot of people nowadays are just like, oh, I'm emo, or oh, I'm scene, you know, and most of them are just like, oh, I'm emo. The scenes are just, I don't even know, I haven't seen any scenes yet. I just made a joke. Not really. Okay. Okay. Anyways, most emos, you know, they just have this wavy hair, a little bit of eyeliner on. They just kind of look like a random person off the street. Kind of like I do today. Kind of just look like a random person off the street. Because I don't have my hair done properly. And it's not in the right lighting. But, you know. Anyway. Like, they're just not, I don't know. They don't really look like an emo. So this is how to do it and be actually looking like an emo. So really, you can really express your style whatever way you want nowadays, practically. Now, if you were in 2007 and said that you were an emo and looked like a random person off the street, that wouldn't work. But nowadays, hardly anybody is hardcore emo. My nose. So, yeah, I mean, it kind of makes me upset when people are just like, oh, I'm emo, and they don't look anything like an emo. The only thing that they have in common with an emo is that they're like depressed or really emotional or something like that. It's just like, if you're an emo, you actually gotta look the part, because a lot of people don't understand. You can be depressed and still not an emo. People don't understand that. And that's where scene comes in. You can be basically kind of like a emo and not be depressed. That's where scene comes in. They're also called neon emos. And that's kind of like what I am a little bit, because I add a little bit more color in my style than a regular emo would. But it's actually a thing, because the neon emo is like, you know, a colorful, emotional person. It's different than scene. They're all kind of different in their ways. At least I consider them different, because, you know, a lot of people would be like, well, scene and emo are the same. No, scene and neon emo are the same, but a scene doesn't really have the emotional factor. So a neon emo just looks kind of more like a scene crossed with an emo a little bit, you know, with the color, and has the emotional factor. So, I mean, that's kind of like what I am, although I do wear quite a bit of black. But, you know, anyway. So tired. What was I talking about again? I'm sorry, my brain is dead. What am I doing with my life? I don't know. What are you doing with your life? Okay, so like I'm saying, you can just, you know, express your style, really, in whatever way you want. Although it does kind of make me mad when you're not actually looking like an emo and you say that you are emo. Just, no. 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 Okay, so I want to say one more thing about the hair, and then I'll move on to the next part. So with the hair, I'm going to be hopefully getting extensions soon, because a lot of emos have longer hair, but you don't have to have long hair to be an emo. Like, a lot of people are like, well, you don't have long hair, you're not emo. Well, you know, if you look up a lot of images online, there are short emo hairstyles, and I have a short emo hairstyle, like, I do. So, you know, but hopefully I'll be able to get hair extensions to do that. And a lot of emos actually do not have real hair. They wear hair extensions. That is a true fact. Now, if you are a guy emo, of course, I doubt that you're going to be wearing hair extensions. But the girl emos usually have about my hair length and wear hair extensions. Not all of them. Now, some of them, like Eugenia Cooney, I don't think she wears hair extensions. Maybe the color strips that she has in her hair are hair extensions, or maybe she dyes them. I'm not sure. But, you know, I don't think that she would do that. Like, that's just a little bit different. But, you know, a lot of emos with them choppy hairstyles wear hair extensions. Because the only way to get a certain look sometimes is to wear hair extensions. So, if you're going to hate on somebody and say, oh, you're not emo because your hair isn't long, really, then that means that, like, hardly anybody's emo, because a lot of emos wear hair extensions. So, you can shut your yap. Okay, so let's get on to the next point. So the next point is clothing style. What kind of clothing do emos wear? Well, sometimes they'll wear a band t-shirt or a black t-shirt, long sleeves, you know, whatever, sweatshirt. It just really depends on the day. But, you know, emo, I think of emo, like, some basic goths are just kind of more plain, like the basic ones, not like a fancy goth or something like that, because I know there's so many different kinds of goth, but like a basic, just a regular, old, original goth. They're just kind of like all black, you know, just a really basic. Emo adds a little bit more flair with sequins and chains and stuff like that. You know, I'm not saying that goth is boring or anything like that, because go ahead, be goth. That's your choice. I'm not hating on them or anything, because I know that there are plenty different kinds of goths. But I've seen a few goths that are, you know, just pretty plain. Because I have a friend who's, I'd have to say, a goth, and I don't know, it's just plain black. No chains, no nothing. So, you know, just plain black t-shirt and plain black pants. Plain black shoes, plain black, yeah. So, emo adds a little bit more flair to that, with sequins and chains and spikes and studs. So the traditional emo look, I would have to say, is some sort of t-shirt, like a band t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt, whatever that you want, really. Skinny jeans, preferably black, but you know, I'm not wearing black skinny jeans today because these are really the only pair of colored pants that I have, and I thought that they were pretty cool. So, yeah, these are my only pair of colored pants. So, don't hate on me for wearing colored pants today. But, yeah. So, anyways, that is that. And so, like I said, with the black skinny jeans, I have so many black pairs of skinny jeans. Just don't get me started there. And some sort of high top, because high top shoes are kind of cool, but I wouldn't say the ones with the thicker, like, that look more like tennis shoes rather than high tops. Like, the difference between tennis shoes are, you know how they have like a thicker padding on the, you know what I'm talking about, right? Don't you? Just a thicker padding all the way around. The tops and stuff like that. I wonder if I have a pair of high tops around here somewhere. I don't know. Well, I have a shoe right here that I can explain it with, so. Yes. So, this part is usually thicker on a regular tennis shoe, but, you know, an EMO, like, if you were wearing a high top, it probably would not be like that. It wouldn't be like the thicker high tops. It would be a thin high top. Like, this isn't a high top, but it's whatever. So, that's what it is. And then we're collars. Today I'm not wearing a collar because I got all my makeup on and everything, and I was like, now I have to put a collar on, because I wanted to wear one of them collars that go around your neck really tight, but that you have to pull over your head, but I didn't want to ruin my hair, so I didn't put that on. And stud bracelets, you know, studs or spikes. I have a few of them. Let me see here. I think I'll show you them. Let me show you. Let me show you. We're gonna walk over to my jewelry. Jewelry. Oh, I have a puddin bracelet. Puddin from Suicide Squad. So I have this stud thing. It's kind of worn down, but I got it from Hot Topic. Let me see here. I have a spike one. So that is. And I have another kind of worn down stud. And then I have a metal stud, which is really cool. Let me see here. Oh, I also wear paperclip necklaces because those look really cool. I mean, who doesn't love paperclip necklaces? Some of my collars are on this cat that I have here. It's a fake cat, don't worry. It looks quite real, I guess. Show you them. Let me see here. So this is one of my collars. His chains, I guess, is more like a punk look, but I don't care. I just really like it. This one is emo because the studs with the hearts and everything like that. And the collar that I was talking about is something like this, you know, where you have to pull it over. I think I'm just gonna do that. I mean, like, it has some color in it, but that's kind of cool, though. Just gonna do that. Ruin my hair, maybe. Oh, it didn't ruin my hair. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm awesome. Here we go. I'm gonna wear this. So, and then I have a collar that says, let me see here. It says meow on it. Meow. See, it says meow. So, and then I have another one of these collars, which doesn't have any color on it. It's just the plain old, you know, traditional one without beads. So, that is a traditional emo outfit with jewelry and stuff like that. Depending on what kind of, like, what your personality is. Some emos will have piercings, like lip piercings or nose piercings, but, you know, I mean, like, I wouldn't mind having a nose piercing, but I kind of don't really want that. Or a lip piercing now. But I do have a double piercing, so, you know, you can wear earrings. Hair kind of hides it, though. So, yeah, that is... so tired. What is my life? Okay, anyway, that is the traditional emo outfit. Where is my brain? Where has it gone? I don't even know. I don't know. Next thing is the kind of music that you're going to be listening to. So nowadays, people will say that they're emo, and they're going to be like, yeah, I'm so emo, and then they're listening to rap. Like, you can listen to a variety of music, but if rap is all you listen to, and you don't even look like an emo, I'm pretty sure you ain't emo just because you're depressed or whatever. Just, please, I just wish that people wouldn't call themselves emo just because they're depressed. You cannot be emo just because you're emotional. You have got to look the part and listen to the right music. Like, not hating on you anything if you're doing that, but, you know, I spent a whole year or two just trying to get my look down pat because it took me a while to find, you know, who I was in the emo stage. So, I wouldn't call it a stage, but, you know, where I was. Like in the emo part of, I don't even know what I'm talking about. You know, where I was on the other, expressing my own style through emo. Let's just put it that way. So, anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the music. Where is my brain today? Like, literally, I can't concentrate on anything. Well, somebody help me. What did I eat today? Oh yeah, I had mac and cheese. Yeah, like that's gonna help your brain. Okay, so, anyways, so the kind of music that an emo would be, like, listening to is, like, some sort of screamo, like, if you've ever listened to Asking Alexandria, kind of like that, or, let me see here, Famous Last Words is a band that I like, MCR, I kind of like them, so, yeah, let me see, Fall Out Boy, there's another emo band for you. Like I said, you can have variety in the music, like, it doesn't matter, like, let's say you like rap. Okay, you can like rap. Like, that's great. You like rap or rock or whatever. You can still be emo, but you at least need the basic emo music that you have to like to be an emo. Like the screamo and the emotional topics covered in the music. Like, I wouldn't even consider that you would even have to listen to screamo. It just has to have some sort of emotional topic in it at least. Because, you know, emo is emotional. So, whatever. Let me see here. So, some bands that I like, I guess they're not all emo, but I like Kiss, Aerosmith, Marilyn Manson. That's kind of more of a gothic band, but, well, I guess Marilyn Manson is a band, but, you know, an artist, whatever. Okay, anyways, so, yeah, I like Asking Alexandria, let me see, Famous Last Words, like I already mentioned, My Chemical Romance, let me see here, what else do I like? I like, Melanie Martinez, I think I said that right, so, yeah, her music is pretty good. I like the Beatles, I love the Beatles, I just really love the Beatles. Paul McCartney, oh. Let me see here. So, yeah. Anyway, that is some of the bands that I like. So, yeah. I mean, you can have variety. It's like a lot of people have it confused. Like, emos are always this way and that way, but really, it just depends what your style is. If you want to be a certain way and still consider yourself emo, go for it. Just don't be calling yourself emo if you don't look anything like an emo and you don't listen to any emo music, because really, rap is not emo music. If you only listen to rap, I guess there are some emotional topics in rap, but I don't really consider it. I'm sorry, but yeah, like, you can, because I still like some rap. I mean, I guess it'd be called hip-hop, because there's rap in hip-hop, but, you know, whatever. But I still like some of that. It's not like I'm hating on the people with that, because I like some of it, I actually do. But, you know, you at least need to have some of the basic stuff of the emo. So, if you consider yourself emo. Now, the next part is how to know if you are emo. Let's get into that part. So, if you are emo, let me see here. If you've looked over all of this stuff and you still don't know, am I emo or am I seen? I still want to be something, but I don't know. Well, let's look that over and we'll see if you are emo. Now, okay, do you wear black a lot? It's a big question. Do you wear a lot of black? My answer to that is yes. You can wear like a design t-shirt though. I mean, like, design t-shirts are nice. Like, you know, like a striped t-shirt or whatever. They're cute. But do you wear a lot of black? If your answer is yes to that, you might be emo. Do you wear a lot of studs and spikes? If your answer is yes to that, then you might be emo. The way you do your eyeliner, how is it? There's a difference between gothic eyeliner and emo eyeliner. Gothic eyeliner is way more dramatic. Like, emo eyeliner is just kind of cute in its own way. Gothic is just dramatic. So, like, if you do it in a cute way, that's kind of like all about unicorns and rainbows and cutesy stuff, rather than death and bones and stuff like that, then you might be emo. So, yeah. Let me see here. Are you emotional? It's one thing. Are you an emotional person? Like, does really small things make you cry? Like, movies in general, like, there's certain movies that always make you cry. You might be emo. I mean, like, a lot of people cry at movies, but it just depends which movie. Because if you're, like, crying at a episode of AFV, then you might need medical help. Okay, anyways, let me see here. Another thing, how many friends do you have? If you have a lot of friends, I mean, chances are you might be seen. You know, you might be a scene. Do you wear a lot of color? But yet you like your makeup and hair to look like an emo. You might be seen. Just, let me see here. If you want to know more about emo and stuff like that, you can look it up online. Not everything online that you find is true. I mean, like, there's a lot of speculations about emos, so, yeah. And a lot of times emos get confused for goths. And, yeah. I mean, like, I don't know much about goth. I know a little bit, but not a lot. So, yeah. Let me see here. I think I need to go back to bed. Let me see here. My brain just fizzled out on me. I need like a written sheet. Just hold it out in front of you. Okay, I have to look at it now. A lot of emos, let me see here, are loud and obnoxious at times. I mean, so, if you're loud and obnoxious, then you might be an emo. So, if you're loud and obnoxious, like I said, you might be an emo because, you know. Yeah, and a lot of emos don't like reading books. I hate reading. I hate reading. Just, so, yeah. You see here, with scene, I think you have a little bit more options than being confined into this little space. Because very few people can actually consider themselves emo because the emotional part, the music that you like, the book reading part, because, you know. So, like, you might be seen if you like reading books. Let me see here. Do you think you're an alien? One of the biggest questions. Are you an alien? If you answered yes to that question, then you might be an emo. Just, yeah. Do you really care about your pets a lot? I mean, just love them to death. Just every craking minute you're always bugging them because you love them so much. If you answered yes to that, you might be emo. I mean, yeah. And let me see here. If you have strange dreams, you might be an emo. I mean, there's just so many things that you could be to be emo. It's kind of hard to explain, but you know, like I said, you can look it up online. Take a quiz if you want. I mean, you know, I started out with knowing a few of the basics about it because, you know, ever since a child, I kind of liked the over the eye bangs look and the black hair and the eyeliner. I didn't know what it was called, but I really did like that style, and I just loved it, and I couldn't wait till I could be a teenager because I was just like, I want to be in that style. Like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And, you know, I've made so many mistakes. Like, as a child, I'm just like, he's like, you know, no, you don't want to look like that. You don't want to be like that. And I was just like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. But, yeah, just as I didn't. Well, I did want to look like this, but, you know, it's hard to explain, but, yeah. I've asked so many stupid questions as a child. Like, what is depression? I always wanted to feel that. You dumb idiot. Dumb idiot that I was when I was a child. Anyway, so, yeah. I mean, that's how you know if you're emo. Take a quiz online, like I said, if you really want to find that out. Very few people nowadays are hardcore emo. That's why I keep ranting about, you know, people not, I don't know, really really not looking in emo, listening to any emo music or anything like that, because very few people nowadays are hardcore emo. So, this lighting is like terrible. I just realized that. It's probably a little better now. Anyway, still have my fan. I'm very easily distracted, if you can't see. It just fell in my leg. Okay, so I think that that's all for today's video. I'll leave my Instagram link in my description. And if you want, you can follow me on Snapchat, which I will put right here. And I will put my Instagram username here. And I don't think I have anything else that people follow me on. But yeah, anyways, that is something that you can do. So I hope y'all have a nice day, and I will see you some other time. So bye!